Yep. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me all over there? Okay, good. I'm Kelly Menke. I'm the City Council President, and on behalf of the City Council, I wanted to welcome you to the Inaugural Mayor Awards tonight. And I'm going to introduce you to our MC, Mayor Scott Hill. So please give him a hand.
Well, thank you, Kelly. It is my pleasure to personally welcome you to this inaugural Mayor's Award reception this evening. I want to just thank the Twilighters for their phenomenal job, and they're from the high school, and they'll be back out, and we'll hear more music later. You know, you may be asking, why are we here tonight? And it's so important for a city to communicate with its citizens, to say where we've been and where we're going. You know, and so we have communicated with our citizens in numerous different ways over the past number of years, but this is something that we felt could be important to have a face-to-face, a gathering where we could come together. We're going to have our department heads here tonight so citizens can meet who's running the city, our city managers here. And so we're really excited. You know, bringing citizens, bringing businesses, bringing leadership together for the betterment of the community is what we're trying to do tonight. A part of McMinnville's legacy has been the level of volunteerism that we've had in this community. We have over 200 employees, but we have over 1,300 volunteers, all the way from coaches in the Park and Rec and Kids on the Block program, police and fire, library. We have committees, and we have the City Council and myself. We all volunteer for the betterment of this community. And so we're going to have an opportunity to hear from our department heads with a report of the accomplishments that we've made in 2017. Look at both of the screens, and we'll go from there.
We cover 98 square miles as a first response fire service. We cover 450 square miles as a first response ambulance service. We have 41 paid staff, and we have 25 operational volunteers and 25 non-operational volunteers. We had a strike team leader and an engine down in California assisting with the fires that were occurring in December. A lot of hard work and energy going into that.
How are you?
They've been away from their families for 15 days, so there was a lot of excitement for the families, for those folks coming back from the fires, that's for certain. The Christmas lights on 99 are a big part of our annual put up and take down. The department sponsors Toy for Joy program, where this year we're going to go out to 270 kids and drop off toys. We've created a lot of new partnerships. We have a ambulance in Amity that is staffed in Amity Monday through Friday. We're at 8,100 calls last year, and looking to go past that this year.
Our visits are going up, people coming here just to use the services within the library, a place to be, but we also have lots of different programs going on throughout the library, and then we also do outreach into the community where we have programs, ideas, and connections and learning.
Today we lunch in the tub.
We have story times in the Carnegie Room. That's about early literacy skills. In terms of this last year, looking back, the highlight that I see, which is huge, is that we converted to RFID tags in every single item in every single library. check the books in, check the books out in a different way that's a quicker process. Two, we've really worked to go outside of the walls of the library. And so we're taking the bookmobile out, but we're also taking programs out. We're going to where the people are, which I think is something that people have become more accustomed to.
State records clear.
We had 30,000 calls for service last year alone. That's well over 80 calls a day. We have 41 sworn officers, and so we're growing, which is good because I think the citizens of MAC are expecting the police services to have the capacity to address the issues. We've formed and set up a downtown safety task force that's looking at solving behavioral issues in the core area. We've got somebody that's dedicated downtown. We've taken an aggressive, appropriate approach to solving issues with respect to those behaviors. I think that's what I want people to understand is that MAC PD is there for them. The work we do is important and it is impactful to people's lives. Some person may only call the police department once in their entire life, and we need to be our best.
Planning's all about sort of setting the table for the community's growth. We really started putting some of the structural systems in place to have a pretty comprehensive community discussion in the future about McMinnville's growth. Well, this is a great example right here with the Atticus Hotel. This is a infill project in a downtown. It's taking a parking lot and redeveloping it into a 4-story hotel. That went through our planning process on many different levels. On the planning side, we reviewed and approved several larger subdivisions. And then on the building side, we worked really hard to support the school district with their school construction bonds. We had a lot of school projects underway in the summer, very tight time frame. That was a huge feat and a great collaboration between the school and the city. We're making sure what's built today has enduring value for the community, and that is something that we use as a decision-making filter for everything we do.
The City Attorney's Office provides legal advice and guidance to the mayor, the city council, city manager, in large part to ensure that the local government in the delivery of its services to the public does so in a fair and equal way.
That burden of proof would be upon the city of McMinnville.
The municipal court handles traffic enforcement. In 2017, nearly 2,700 traffic infractions. In addition, the municipal court handles misdemeanor cases, and so having a municipal court here allows us to pay attention to those types of crimes that really affect livability within the city, and to ensure that our priorities in how we prosecute those cases at municipal court track with the council and the city's goals and priorities for things we're trying to accomplish, initiatives within the city.
Community development is in charge of most of the city's built infrastructure. With the passage of the transportation bond in 2014, we've been rolling out road improvement projects. Work sort of peaked this summer with several projects underway at the same time. The 5th Street corridor is finished and traffic is using that heavily. This summer we were able to complete several pedestrian improvement projects near schools. Added a sidewalk on Ford Street in the dip south of 1st Street. That was a identified community need. Growth has been occurring, so you'll see work on Hill Road that's expected to be completed in the fall of this year. We've had 2nd Street in the Adams Baker area under construction this summer, and the addition of the left turn signals and left turn lanes with that project will relieve some of the congestion in the 2nd Street corridor. Sort of the foundation of our wastewater treatment system is an organic process that collects the waste and treats it to the highest standard in the state. We've expanded the plant by 1/3 essentially. That gives us some redundancy and it gives us capacity into the future to allow the community to grow. There's been a large project at the airport to reconstruct the main runway. It's been a significant project. That runway will serve us well into the future for the next 3 decades or so.
The Parks and Rec Department is here for the community to recreate, participate in team sports, have a meal at the Wortman Park Cafe, take a swim at the Aquatic Center, come play pickleball with us at the Community Center, sign up for a gymnastics class. We'd love to see how we can help get the community more involved in the Parks and Recreation program for the city of McMinnville. For our Kids on the Block after school program, we have over 400 kids participate in that really important program for our community. Our rec sports programs, we have over 3,500 people participate in those. And at the senior center, we have over 6,000 people a year participate in those programs. And that doesn't even include our outdoor parks and all the visitors that we have there. This is the site of what's known as the Northwest Neighborhood Park for McMinnville. And it's really going to be one of the jewels in our park system. Unique in that it's one of the first parks for the city of McMinnville that will be what we call barrier-free and inclusive, which means that we're using design elements to bridge barriers so that people of all abilities can really participate and recreate at this park. It will be a park that everyone can participate and engage in and experience and have a lot of fun in.
We thank the department heads for that update on what has been going on in 2017. Now you can put a face and a voice together with those that are leading the critical areas within the city. Today we're going to recognize a few individuals that have given much to this community. But first, let me talk a little bit about, from my perspective, where we've been. A year ago, we were in the process of hiring a new city manager. And my greatest concern as a new mayor had to deal with reconnecting the trust, the communication, the partnership, and the team approach that had existed between employees, management, and council formally. And that was really, really important to me, and I was concerned about that. I was excited about the prospect of a new city manager. However, I did feel a need that we need to do it quickly and right. I use an analogy of a race car. We had a Formula One race car, and we needed to take it into the garage for a little while and give it a tune-up. And that's kind of what we were trying to do in 2017. I didn't want to bring on any new programs. I didn't want to do anything but just get us tuned up for our future journey. And as we were trying to restore the trust, that communication and partnership. Well, today we have a new city manager. Jeff's almost been here a year, and he brings so much knowledge, experience, and leadership, and he has really led our team to new heights. Our car has come out of the garage, and we rejoined the race in 2017, and we are on all cylinders, and we've got the momentum that we really need to have happen. So we have today we have new counselors, we have new staff members. The team is working hard to implement the programs and doing the work that's so necessary to build our community. And so with that being said, I'm going to turn some time over to Jeff, who's going to talk to us a little bit about where we're going in 2008. Jeff?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Thanks, everyone, for coming. When I printed my remarks out, I did it in really large font, thinking I wouldn't have to use my reading glasses, and apparently there's no font large enough. So even though there's a little bit of vanity, I'll start things off. Thanks, Jody. McMinnville embarks on strategic planning from a place of strength and opportunity. The city has recently emerged from a significant period of council and staff turnover and is now poised to grapple with long-term strategic issues. The primary objective of this effort will be to articulate a 15 to 20-year vision for McMinnville's future that leverages the city's unique identity and strongly unites old and new guard around a common set of goals and priorities. Among other things, this means catching the city's leadership structure up to McMinnville's changing demographics. Well over 20% of McMinnville's residents are Hispanic or Latino, but representation in leadership positions lag. While the city is fiscally healthy, important issues still need to be addressed during our strategic planning process, and they include deferred maintenance on public assets, decentralized human resources, antiquated technology, an economic development strategy, infrastructure needs, and development such as housing supply and public facilities. Our consultant team will conduct an assessment in order to provide a common set of facts on which strategic planning discussions and the participants can base their discussions on. It will give the city a high-level and comprehensive sense of where things are today. This assessment will rely on existing data and forecasts, as well as an integrated summary that's presented from each of our departments. Now, this is the part that's for all of you who are here. Our community needs you. The strategic planning process will engage a broad and representative cross-section of McMinnville. We're going to make a special effort to incorporate the following perspectives: city employees, the Latino-Latina community, leaders from partner agencies and large organizations, and young leaders. This work will play out over the next 9 months or so. I hope you take the opportunity to engage and stay informed. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for your support for this community.
Thank you, Jeff. He's coming close. I think we're 2, maybe 3 weeks out from your first anniversary, aren't we? Yeah. He's doing a great job. Well, this afternoon, I'd like to recognize a few individuals for their contribution to our community. These are just a few of many individuals that are deserving of recognition. Our first category of recognition this evening is going to be called the Pillar Award. The Pillar of the Community Award recognizes unique and exemplary contributions to building a stronger McMinnville. Our first recipient moved to McMinnville in 1998. He has a passion for beauty and for art. He was instrumental in placing the first piece of art for public display in 2007. That's the rabbit in Upper City Park. He formed a committee through the McMinnville Downtown Association, yet he specifically has been the driving force of art in McMinnville. Today we have 20 city-owned pieces of art. We have 4 honorariums, and this individual is working hard to find a continual source of revenue that will take us into the future. I'd like to recognize Steve Rowe. Steve? We have the pillar of the Community Award for Steve. Thank you. And that is so true, because there is a committee, and there's usually a committee involved in all of this. Our second recipient tonight moved to McMinnville in the 2000. He has served as the mayor of Milwaukee, Oregon for 4 years, from 1986 to 1990. He was appointed to the Planning Commission in 2009, and today is the chair of the Planning Commission. During this year of tune-up that I've talked about, he has done a masterful job of leading the Planning Commission with their complex job of land use and planning issues. I'd like to call forward Roger Hall. Roger? Pillar of the community. Thank you, Roger. Again, he would say that it's only as good as the Planning Commission, and it's people that are serving along with us. Our next recipient is a group of individuals. This committee has been instrumental in improving the livability of McMinnville, especially in the downtown core area. They have spent countless hours on developing a downtown plan, the Northeast Gateway Plan, and have been very involved in the Alpine Avenue Improvement Plan. It has been known by many names over the many years that it has existed. 25 years ago, when I came to town, they were actively working on the downtown. Their present name is the McMinnville Urban Renewal Advisory Committee, known to many of us as MURAC. The current chair is Walt Gow, and as Walt's coming up, could I have a raise of hands of anyone that has served on the Downtown Committee, MURAC, whatever it may be. Raise your hand. Walt, on behalf of Murac, the city from Murac, this is a Pillar of Our Community award. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we
you,
know
Mr. Mayor.
there's a lot of people that have worked. Okay, quit talking, Scott. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our last recipient is for the Mayor's Legacy Award. This award is presented to an individual who has made a profound and lasting impact on the McMinnville community. Let's roll the video. We are honored to recognize an extraordinary man today. His commitment, his passion, his unwavering ability to take on big tasks is his legacy and our reward. He can literally build roads connecting people and projects. His general approach, his fierce tenacity, his monumental generosity, all are the reasons we present the inaugural Mayor's Legacy Award to McMinnville's own Dave Hogelberg. His commitment to our community began when Dave moved to McMinnville in the 1960s after completing his law degree at the University of Oregon. Within the first 10 years of his residency, he was honored as an outstanding junior citizen at the Distinguished Service Awards, became a law firm partner, a Linfield trustee, and president of Mid-Valley Rehabilitation, now known as NV Advancements, of which Dave is still the president. More recently, he served as the chair of the board of directors at Linfield. He is the president of the McMinnville Community Foundation, a member of the McMinnville Leadership Council, and perhaps his biggest claim to fame, serving as the chair of the Yamhill County Parkway Committee. Now, there's no doubt in anybody's mind that the Newburgh-Dundee bypass would not have been completed without the effort, the tenacity, the passion, and hope exemplified by Dave Hogelberg. Dave is truly the hero of the bypass. Starting the bypass committee 30 years ago, it is through his continual effort and commitment to fixing one of the largest challenges facing the area, and we are able to drive phase one of the bypass today. Dave does not put himself before the things he accomplishes. Rather than attaching his name to the thousands of people that he has helped and projects that he has been instrumental in completing, he allows those accomplishments to shine on their own because he knows that someone else must pick up the reins. He has built those programs for the future to allow them to move forward with others leading the way. The list of Dave's accomplishments and contributions to McMinnville's community is long. A few highlights include being named McMinnville's first citizen in 1993, receiving a Linfield Community Award in 2004, receiving the Yamhill County Bar Association's Bob Payne Award in 2004, being an active participant in the McMinnville Housing for the Homeless Subcommittee, and being named Chehalem's Valley First Citizen in 2013. His most recent effort in leading the fundraising for the Yamhill County Gospel Rescue Mission, for which he is now the vice chair of the board of directors. Now, Dave is an active and proud family man. His loving wife, Kathy, is often found by his side. She is active in the community as well and has been recognized with the Distinguished Service Award as Woman of the Year. He is the proud father of daughters Diane Hogelberg and Karen Hogelberg. Dave is a great friend, a skilled visionary, and masterful catalyst. It is with the utmost respect and regard that I, the mayor of the city of McMinnville, present the inaugural Legacy Award to Dave Hogelberg. Well, we could clap for quite a while, but in trying to keep the award ceremony secret, Dave is in Mexico with family today. And when we talked, he would truly want to be here tonight, and we are going to reach out and present the Legacy Award to Dave at our February 13th City Council meeting. I've talked to Dave today, and his at this time he's here in spirit, but he's out doing what he needs to be doing, and that's being with family. So again, let's go ahead and congratulate Dave Hagelberg for the inaugural Mayor's Award. Well, I hope you've had an enjoyable afternoon coming together, and you are going to appreciate our new way of communicating our successes and our vision on an annual basis. You know, we could never put together an event like this without some individuals, and our city staff, Ann, Susan, Scott, Erica, Melissa, and Jeff have been instrumental in getting this to come to fruition. We've had help from MEDP, Lacey and Jody. We've had help from MCM, Jerry and staff. We are streaming live from with KLYC today and MCM. And then our awards have come from a local artist, Tyler Goodwin of Liquid Light Glasswork, that's here on Baker Street. And so again, the Twilighters, so this is a community event recognizing volunteerism and recognizing good work on behalf of the city. So we're going to hear some more from the Twilighters. There's plenty of food and an opportunity for us to network with one another. Again, look out and see if you can meet each department head here today, because you've seen them up on the screen. Meet them in person. Thank you.